Hi everyone, Lily here to announce Sakura Sunrise 2. Yes, it's finally happening. In this video I'm just going to go over some changes and also announce the date which sign-ups start. So the most noticeable change will be the arena. I have remade the temple from scratch. It is now the temple 2.0, featuring a slightly bigger floor space in the arena, drums instead of swords, and it's now actually inside a Japanese temple rather than under an overhead structure in the style of a Japanese temple. Anyway, now that's out of the way, let's get into it. The competition format has changed drastically. There are now only 3 weight classes, as was voted for by the RA2 community in the RA2 Central Discord server last year. Those weight classes being middleweight, cruiserweight and heavyweight. The middleweights will be 24 bots with 4 seeds, cruiserweights will be 48 bots with 6 seeds, and heavyweights will be 48 bots with 8 seeds. The format itself, we're going to have elimination brackets with qualifiers for each weight class. We're going to start out with 1v1 qualifying matches. The winner of each fight in that round goes straight into the bracket for their weight class, while the losers go into last chance rumbles. In the last chance rumbles, if you win, you go into the bracket and make up the lowest quarter seeds in your weight class, which is 13 to 16 in middleweight and 25 to 32 in other 2. If you lose the rumble, you're out. After that, the brackets are single elimination. Each bracket will have a 3rd place playoff and possibly also a 5th to 8th place playoff if next season ends up having 8 seeds for that weight class. And each person is allowed to enter 2 bots into each weight class plus any seeds they have. I will be contacting the builders of the seeded bots shortly after this video and the announcement in general goes up to see if they want to re-enter their seeded bots. They will be allowed to keep the same bots in, unchanged from last time, as long as no rule changes affect them. They will be allowed to send an updated version of that bot. They'll also be allowed to replace their bot with a different one and keep the seeding, or they can withdraw entirely. It is up to them. Like it is up to everyone that if they enter at all, how many of the 3 weight classes they enter and how many bots they enter into whatever weight classes they enter. The fight rules are not going to be changing all that much, just a rewriting of how a bot will be declared KO'd by damage that causes it to no longer be realistic enough to function in real life, which is all of at least one of the following are floating: control board, batteries, drive motors, weapon motors, or weapons. For example, if you have a vertical spinner and then all the supports just break off, that will count as a KO. Same with if you've got an extender bot and instead of having a frame from the pixel chassis that connects all the internals to it, and you've just attached them to the extender anchor and BFE them into place, if all of your drive motors are floating due to damage, then that will count as a KO. AI rules, not too much has changed here either. Neptunia Assist PY is now banned. An AI that was used on Toka-chan and Flashback last season will no longer be allowed to be used. To use engage tactics, runners must have smart zones for pushing their opponents, like what Top Pusher PY has. As for the build rules, quite a significant change due to the updates from DSL 2.4 to DSL 2.6. This includes a rebalance of weapon limits, all chassis bots needing their armor for their chassis to be up to date with the 2.6 rebalance. Other stuff is the flail parts, like stuff mounted to free metal hinges and axle mounts, are banned on wedges and active weapons. So if you want a hinge wedge, you've got to use a spring-loaded metal hinge or a skirt hinge, like last time. But you also can't have like a spinning weapon powered by like an E-Tech and then have teeth that are mounted to axle mounts on the mass that E-Tech is spinning, for example. Cluster bots will no longer be allowed due to the competition format. which includes rumbles. Track spots will no longer get a weight bonus, while walks and shufflers will get a 25% weight bonus. Anyway, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and sign-ups open 20th of January, so I hope to see what you send me for the tournament then. Until then, bye!